Since 1908, surfboat racing has been one of Australia's truly iconic sports. 4 rowers,
Go now!
one sweep, one boat, one goal in mind. To get out the back, around the cans and back to the beach before everyone else.
Everything's right up!
It's the ocean. Oh, I can't believe it! Over they go! And each other they will be competing with to take the title of champion in the Surf Lifesaving Australia Ocean Thunder Surfboat Series.
Welcome to the glorious DY Beach in Sydney for the start of another action-packed season of Surf Lifesaving Australia Ocean Thunder Surfboat Series. Hello, I'm Renee Gardner and the conditions are set for perfect racing today. We have women's crews and men's crews all vying their way to get through to the finals and eventually be crowned the Ocean Thunder Series champion. Richard Bridie and his Avoca Beach Killer Bees crew were our winners last season, but looking around the beach today, it seems all the crews are pumped for the first round, and with the conditions of the surf, the field is wide open. And in our women's crews, Palm Beach have dominated the series in the last few years, but I know from talking to the crews today, the training over winter has a number of them itching to take top honours this year. Looking behind me, you can see the rivalry is already starting to heat up. We are set for an amazing first dash in the summer series. And of course, for the first time this summer, let's head upstairs to some of the best commentators in the business, Steve Scott and Andrew Voss.
Great to be back, Renee. Extreme sport, extreme action. Sitting alongside me, Steve Scott. We get to see all the hard work go on show round one.
Yeah, it is great to be back, Vossi, and it's the first event for a lot of these boat crews for the season. They've had a long layoff and conditions are pretty flat offshore wind. Going to be difficult.
Hours, weeks and months of training put to the test right now in the Surf Lifesaving Australia Ocean Thunder. Temperature around 20 degrees. That swell getting up to over a metre. Now let's have a look at the highlights from the men's heats earlier today. Round 1 saw surfboat legend Don McManus sweeping his North Narrabeen bags to a close win over beachside neighbours RFM Construction's Collaroy. And what a close finish this is to start the day. In the first big upset of the day, Collaroy took down current Aussie champs DY in a run to the line. It is a sprint finish and dive Collaroy. And with a swell on the rise, a matchup between the two top clubs from last season, Avoca and Bulli. This has been impressive stuff from this young crew from Avoca. While some enjoyed a smooth ride across the ocean, it wasn't so easy for our team. Round 4 brought a change of format for Ocean Thunder this year. Teams had to race double the distance, and the endurance of these elite athletes was surely tested. In Heat 2, Sydney Beach home South Curl pushed Bateman's Bay all the way. Great start to the day for Bateman's Bay here. But in a sign to show they were a force to be reckoned with this season, the 2018 Aussie champs came home strong. The wind and the waves picked up for round 5, and Heat 3 saw Mona Vale and DY in one of the closest races of the day. Both fell on the run home, allowing South Curl to pass for the win. Corrimal notched up their 4th win for the day in the last round, making them an early favourite for the final. But Corehole Solutions Avoca luck ran out in the last round, falling on their run to the finish. In a day of upsets, that fall took the champion club out of a place in the next round of races. So let us have a look at the accumulation of points through the heats. We have 24 men's crews this year. Outstanding start to this year's series from Bulli, and the top 16 from the heats make it through to the pointy end of competition. It is so much a test of endurance. The Ocean Thunder this year a double race in the heats, so that in effect means they've raced 6 times rather than 5 by the time they get to the qualifying rounds. Let's go back to the beach right now. Renee Gardner with a very special guest.
Well, I'm here with Chris Morgan, who is a fresh face for the Collaroy crew, and he's also Olympic royalty. Missed out on medals just in Beijing, but you did medal as a bronze in London. That was pretty exciting.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, there were many hard yards put in back in still water, and I'm hoping I can draw on some of that, and hopefully there's a few credits in the bank training there. It's a bit hard nowadays managing a family and getting time to do enough training, but absolutely loving the switch over to surf boat. It's good fun.
You've obviously medalled in the Olympics. What does that compare to getting in the boat, and when was the first time you actually jumped in a boat?
I got a chance to step up sort of through the middle of winter. The boys were looking for a fourth rower, and I'd done just standard patrol member last season, and gone for a few runs with the squad, and sort of put my hand up as interested. And yeah, it's just been a learning experience from there. I'd definitely say I'm still getting the hang of it. I'm still probably the big liability in the boat, but yeah, it's great fun learning. I mean, you never really remember the results, you remember the process, and it's all these steep learning curves that are most fun.
He's an impressive fella, Chris Morgan, part of Ocean Thunder this year. Let's get into our first qualifying final of the round. It is Super Pharmacy Collaroy, Trade Pools North Cronulla, Dial Before You Dig Bulli, and the Beach Club Collaroy. Collaroy lining up for alleys. The northern end of the beach is alley 1, or left of picture when we go to our wide shot.
There we go. There you're still there.
Yeah, some of these crews have an advantage. They've got the same crew as last year, but Gavin Scott's crew with Chris Morgan, they'll be finding getting that combination quite difficult early on.
And Steve, again, great cooperation from all the crews across the men's and the women's. We can take you on board just like this.
Shoulders back. Hands away. And here's the trough. Hit it now.
And what Alan's calling for, you can see that the wind's turned around, it's now onshore, and he wants those shoulders back, letting the boat run maximum on these little swells.
Really focus, Chris. Here it is, it's a wave. Come on, boys.
Have to pick up those runners. You see it all, you hear it all. And our Ocean Thunder coverage, the run into the beach here, focusing on the middle 2 lanes. Dial Before You Dig Bulli and Trade Pools North Cronulla. The pressure is off. The last boat in the field of 4 is eliminated. So we will make the point many times in these qualifying rounds. You don't have to finish first. It's good for bragging rights, but you just don't want to finish at the back.
And when you've already rowed about 5 kilometres, it's a big ask.
Conservation of energy, all important early in the day. So decisive there. Bulli and North Cronulla out front. Collaroy in third position. The first of the Collaroy crews and the Super Pharmacy Collaroy boat eliminated from the first of the qualifying finals. Second qualifying final features the City Tattersalls boat from North Narrabeen, Dial Before You Dig, Financial Decisions Mona Vale, Design Bathware Corrimal, and the Sydney Beach Homes boat from South Curl, and off and racing again. And as you can see, just getting through that shore break.
Now, guess it now. There it is. Well done. You got the best of it.
Yeah, you can hear Rob Lowry there. They're doing a great thing down there at South Kirkle. They've got a lot of young rowers, and there's also a lot of experience in this crew. He's doing a fantastic job with them, and there they are, just leading quite clearly at the moment, Vossi.
You've been there, done that, Steve, as we go back on board with Rob.
There we go. There we go. Run that.
When you put all the training in winter, what would you prefer round 1? Would you rather have the big surf or ease yourself back into it? This isn't easing yourself back into it. This is hard rowing.
Well, I think we're looking at South Kirkle. They're quite a young crew, and they've done the work. And this time of the season, if you've done the work in these small conditions, it's a big advantage.
Great row from alley 4, right of screen, right there. South Kirkle coast into the beach really to win this second qualifying final, and quite a margin over the Design Bathware boat from Corrimal will get second.
Black and white to the left.
Dial Before You Dig, you have to run up to the pole that aligns with where you started. They will get third. And the boat eliminated City Tattersalls crew from North Narrabeen needs the legend Don McManus. His day is over in round 1. Let's turn our attention to the third qualifying final for the men's. It is Gerard Maloof and Partners Wanda, Dial Before You Dig Bateman's Bay, the Sheldon Office Fit-Outs boat from Newport, long-time sponsors and supporters of Ocean Thunder, and RFM Constructions Collaroy, closest to camera.
Watch your blades.
Ocean Thunder, Steve, highlights the great sweep experience and how hard it is. Neil Ennis with the Bateman's Bay crew, and both the men's and the women's. It's a really full day.
Yeah, he has a full day, but he's looked very highly credentialed. He's won Ocean Thunder previously. His girls have been competing at a high standard. He's won national championships. He's an awesome sweep, and Look, it's early in the season for him, and he never performs that well early, but look out for him in later rounds.
Wanda got caught up on the turning boy a little. That's cost them valuable ground here. There's a little bit of water between fourth and third to make up or face elimination in this qualifying final right now. You can see Wanda right out the back. They are going to need a miracle, and the front three boats are almost all in line, all on the same runner here. So pressure off. They can see Wanda Crew out the back. You don't have to go full throttle to the flag, but there's a little fall, in fact, from the crew from Bateman's Bay, but no damage done. First three boats safely through Collaroy, Newport and Bateman's Bay. And yes, Wanda knocked out in the qualifying round. Pick up a few points, but we'll look to do better in round two. And the final qualifying race, the four crews, Carfax Palm Beach, Lawn Beach Pavilion, Lawn, good to have them back in the Ocean Thunder, Riley and Sons, Riverina Fresh, DY, and the Conplant boat representing Caves Beach in the Ocean Thunder for the first time. Good to have them on board. Let's go on board with Peter Spence of Palm Beach.
Scotty, and go now, we're in this race.
Yeah, well, there's a bit of panic there, isn't there, Vossi? Look, almost got stuck on the buoy, but they're out clean, and look, we'll see how they go on the way home.
And DY got caught up a little round the buoy as well, Steve, and they have dropped to fourth position again.
Well, that's a great surprise because, look, you're looking at the current Australian champions there. Let's go on board with them. There's a lot of urgency there.
There's a lot of urgency there now.
But they'll lift it. They look really good crew. Same crew as last year, and here they come.
And this is quite a story to have Caves Beach represented in Ocean Thunder and going extremely well.
Yeah, look, they were dying to get into Ocean Thunder, Vossi. It's a premier event, and they were, highly credentialed last year, and here they are winning the race.
Rick Robinson, the sweep with his crew. This will be a nice feeling. Making a little statement in the qualifying finals. Peter Spence knows they're in huge trouble. It's the run up the beach that will determine third and fourth, and sadly for Palm Beach, they haven't got the job done. They are knocked out in the qualifying finals, so it is Caves Beach, DY and Lawn all through to the next round. We will take our first break. The Surf Life Saving Australia, Ocean Thunder. This is day one for the season and the women's racing straight after this.
Welcome back to round one of Surf Life Saving Australia's Ocean Thunder Surf Boat Series. And helping us bring you the great action from all the angles here at DY Beach, it's the team again from Coates Hire. It has been intense action for the men's, but right now it's time to see what the women can do in the water.
Perfect conditions got the heats underway, and it was close racing from the get-go. Collaroy and Talabudgera pushed each other back to shore, the Queenslanders coming home with a close win. In the next heat, Lawn nearly blew a solid lead. They're starting to slew Lawn, hang on! But managed to get back on track and rescue a win. The first race jitters also hit series favourites Palm Beach. Bit of work here for Peter Spence. He is surfing on this wave. Palm Beach, a few problems to contend with, but they still win. Newport, Coogee and Queenscliff were all fighting hard, but sweep Damien Daly pushed his Queenscliff crew to their opening victory of the series.
Well, it is a day for fresh faces. It is now the under-23s girls from Collaroy. Lily, first time here doing Ocean Thunder.
Yeah, it's big experience for us. I only started rowing last year, so we're very honoured to be here.
Well, tell us a little bit about your crew. We want to know more.
Okay, well, we're all only 19, so it's a big step up for us. As I said, only first year last year. We've been picking up our training in the gym, in the lake, in the beach. We're, really happy to be here.
Giving it a crack. Well, it's your first time out there. We wish you all the best of luck, and we love having new faces here, so thanks so much for joining us, girls.
Thank you. Thanks.
It was Collaroy who featured in a closely fought race in round 4. Then DY that enjoyed a great run through the field, which they took to the beach and the win. With a wind kicking in and the tide dropping, conditions started to have a bigger impact on the racing. The Beach Club Collaroy were able to push through the strongest in the dumping shore break in a hotly contested heat with Bateman's Bay. But both teams pushed hard with the Sydney Siders taking top points. So in the Ocean Thunder for the women's this year, 13 crews. We cut that down to 10 after the 4 rounds of heats. Who's going to beat Palm Beach? But great to see the interstate crews from Lorne, from Tallebudgera and Mooloolaba all making it through earlier today. The 3 crews eliminated: Mona Vale, Core Hole Solutions, Collaroy and Newport. So the first women's qualifying final, 5 crews lining up: Avalon Beach, Lorne, Palm Beach, Bateman's Bay and Queenscliff. I ask you the question, Steve, who beats Palm Beach?
Well, Peter Spencer's been able to keep his same crew together. They won decisively last year in these conditions, quite flat, Vossi. To be honest, I can't see anybody beating them.
Alrighty, in this first qualifying final, first 4 to make it through. On board with Neil Innes and Bateman's Bay.
2, and away, go. Big hearts, get on.
Gives a chance for the crews. They get to eyeball off their rivals side by side.
Sit a little. 1, power and sit. Hit it.
So he's asking them to power up and then sit as the nose drops down those little runs there, Vossi.
And kick, now, here's the run. Come on, pup. There it is, we're on it. Get ready, it's reforming.
Bateman's Bay pushing up alongside of Palm Beach. Lorne also in the picture out of alley number 2. So the 3 boats, they're safely through to the next round, barring absolute disaster. But it'd be nice to say you toppled Palm Beach.
Come on, we need it.
And you can see the boats as they hit this shallow water, Vossi, they start to slow down. And these crews that have come through on the runs, they get the advantage. Palm Beach is well in front, but they've hit that shallow water first.
They get
almost
swamped.
stopped. Yep.
Swamped left and right. Classic example of that right there, albeit not the cutthroat nature of later in the day. But Palm Beach will have to settle for 3rd position here in this qualifying final. Not sure how much you read into it. 4th across the line, Queenscliff, and it is the Avalon Beach Surf Lifesaving Club boat that is knocked out, so they won't be advancing through to the semi-finals. The second qualifying final, well, we've got boats coming from everywhere: Mooloolaba, DY, Collaroy, Tallebudgera, and the Dial Before You Dig boat from Coogee, with Harvey Barrett the sweep.
Backwash, use it.
Yeah, Sean's just sensed that there's a backwash coming down the bank and the water's going back out to sea, and he's asked the girls to jump on it, make it before it goes underneath them.
And use it. And great to see so many new sponsors on board with Ocean Thunder this year. Grows by the year.
Away we go.
Vivid Property sponsoring the DY boat. And they'll be happy that they've invested there, because DY going particularly well.
Yeah, I think Tallebudgera was showing their experience from last year. They performed really well. They're comfortable over this event, and look, they're well out in front at the moment, and rowing beautifully.
Collaroy moving up alongside them. Still work to do for DY. 5 boat qualifying finals. 5th place will dip out, and right at the moment, Coogee are way out the back. You can see closest to camera, although they are making up a little bit of ground on alley number 1, Mooloolaba. So the 2 boats widest apart are competing for that death position, if you like, at the moment. And the first 3 boats, well, the pressure is off for Tallebudgera, for Collaroy, and to a lesser extent DY, although they're moving through now. It will be Tallebudgera winning this qualifying final ahead of Collaroy.
Whenever you want.
DY, it's got a little tighter than they would have hoped to sprint to the beach to decide the position. It certainly didn't look like that being the case, but way off course. The Coogee boat, they had a long run to the flag, and they are done, finishing in 5th position. So Coogee knocked out. They are the women's qualifying finals. Let's switch back to the men's now. It is quarter-final time. 4 quarters, 3 crews in each, and in this first race, it's highly credentialed Collaroy, Bulli and Mona Vale, and one of the 3 has to be knocked out.
And I think Bulli will have got it all approved today. They were very unlucky not to take the series out last year, Vossi. All they had to do was make the semis, and I think they got rolled over on a wave and they were out. So they've got something to prove.
That can happen in Ocean Thunder. And you talk about sponsor support, Dial Before You Dig, fantastic
Now, down this.
support of Ocean Thunder. across a number of crews.
Yeah, we can see Monavelle there ahead of Coleroy, and look, Matty's almost hoarse. You can hear he hardly able to get a word out now. He's had a lot of races, and look, Bulli leading, Monavelle close second, and Coleroy at the moment got it all to do.
Feet it, Zach. Everything you got now. Here it is. Everything you got. Lift it.
Everything you got this early in the day. Mark Anderson really barking it out as if their lives depend on it. Well, certainly their lives in round one do.
All the way.
It's either going to be Coleroy or Monavelle that dip out here.
All the way to the beach.
Bulli, you can see way up ahead. It's easy for them. It's a walk to the flag. But second and third's a little tighter. Who do you want to be on here? Monavelle and Coleroy separated by metres. It's Monavelle first into the water to sprint up to the beach. And it's a disappointing end for the Beach Club Coleroy boat there from the first quarter final. They won't be competing in the semis later on today, which brings us to the second quarter final. And we see Sydney Beach Homes South Curl, Design Bathware Corrimal, and the Trade Pool boat from North Cronulla. And we've got the helmet cam on both Peter Scott on Corrimal and Ada Purdy from North Cronulla here to take you from your lounge chairs into the surf here at DY.
Yeah, and North Cronulla just going a little sideways there, Vossi, but they're back on board now. Same crew as last year. They'll go well.
Turn around. Take it away.
And what you're seeing there, you saw Adam Purdy just get hold of the stroke oar and try and slow down that side of the boat so you can get a fast turn. It's not a bad technique.
Kept it as tight as they could, and now this is a race in earnest back to the beach. You've got to try and pick up a runner.
Legs. Go with it. Still there.
If they can, you can see some of the crew looking left and right.
Legs. Lay back on it. Keep it on. Come on, South Curly's got a flyer. Let's go after him. And again.
This is going to be tight. Look at this. All three boats, and one has to be knocked out in this quarter final. And moving ahead, North Cronulla have done their best here. This has been a great row from Adam Purdy and his crew here.
Over, roll it out. Roll it out.
It's going to be a run to the beach to decide second and third. North Cronulla first. Second, it is Corrimal. And South Curl will feel they have rowed their best, yet they won't advance any further. That is tough. Tough work for South Curl there.
Well, I've definitely had to hide my muscles behind this crew that I've got here today. It is the crew from Lorne, up from Victoria. The first time in a long time. Jeff, what made you get back into the action?
Oh, Renee, we've been trying to get up here for a few years now. We just quite haven't had the finances and the logistics organised to do it. But we've done it, probably 4 or 5 years ago, and really enjoyed the series then, so wanted to get back involved.
How different is it, the surf down there up as opposed to the surf here in Sydney?
Oh, well, we get a lot of ocean swell, a lot of southern ocean swell, so surf's probably a little bit heavier down south and obviously a lot colder.
I can realise that. You're welcome to beautiful DY Beach, I could say. Now, you're busy. You've got both the men's and women's who we're flanked by today as well too. Yes. Who's probably the biggest competition in your men's first?
Oh, I guess the traditional standout clubs like Bateman's Bay, Avoca, Bulli. They've been around and up at the top of the ladder for a few years now, so they'll be the ones to beat again, I think.
And what about for the women's?
Palm Beach, Coleroy seem to have a good representation here today, so they're going well. There's a couple of other smokies I'm sure will come through the field, but we'll find out soon enough.
Well, they're going to find out all about Victoria soon then, aren't they?
Yeah, we hope so, Renee. Yeah, definitely.
Great to have the Lorne crew here on the northern beaches of Sydney. Men's quarterfinal number 3. RFM Constructions from Coleroy, the Sheldon Office Fit Outs boat from Newport, and the Lorne Beach Pavilion. Lorne representing Victoria proudly here. And Jeff Matthews, see if he can get them going through to the semis in the men's.
Through it. Grab and go. You got good water now. Let's go.
Right, Jeff's telling me we've got good water, but look, the crew that's out in front is Newport. They've done a lot of work in the off-season, Vossi. Same crew as last year, lot to prove. Mitch spent all these early years under Don McManus, and he's going to be one of the sweeps of the future.
Mitch Foran. And you mentioned Don McManus in the same sentence. Great training, great experience passed on, and good work being shown right here. So Lorne have got some work to do. They were very good in the heats this morning.
Faster! Go! Swing and sit!
This quarter-final has not gone according to plan for them.
But they are rowing nicely. They're chipping along, running down those runs. They use a different type of blade to the other crews, and but look, they've just seemed to have dropped off with that current, I think.
So it is the Sheldon Office Fit-Outs boat out in front from Newport, right in the middle, getting a little off course.
Pick it up! Up! Faster hands! Swing! Come on!
They need something here, Lorne, or this is the end of their day. It will be the end of the day. The run is so short here in the quarterfinals. And sadly, our Victorian crew knocked out in the men's. It was clear-cut Newport ahead of Collaroy. So it leaves us with the last of the quarterfinals. So far, we've got 6 boats through to the semis. Who will be the final 2? We've got the Conplant boat from Caves Beach, Riley and Sons, Riverina Fresh DY, and the Dial Before You Dig boat from Bateman's Bay, ready to go.
Now, this is going to be an exciting race. We've got the current Australian champions in the middle of the field, DY. Bateman's Bay second, and now we've got Caves in this event, and they're young, they're fit, they will be have done the work. I reckon they'll be right in this race.
Well, they've shown so far today, Steve, they can mix it, come here on a mission, and let them know they're in town. They're in the Ocean Thunder.
Big hearts! Get over it! That's it, boys. Send and sit. Clean it up and go again. Go again now, Bryce.
How hard the crews are working. Row all the way out, row all the way back in. There's no sitting back.
Yeah, but look at Caves go. They've got youth, they've got fitness, and they've got the run under the boat, and they're not going to let these other 2 well-credentialed Australian champion crews beat them.
So from alley number 1, first position beckons for the Complan boat from Caves Beach. Bateman's Bay, they will try and get second, but it's going to be tough. This could be the end for Dial Before You Dig. It is Caves Beach first. I think it might be DY second. Run, need to get your balance once you hit the sand. It'll be a dive, and yes, DY in second. Bateman's Bay couldn't launch a dive for the flag, and they are knocked out in the quarterfinals. So it's Caves Beach through to the semis at first attempt. Well done. And DY second. Let's take a break, catch your breath. The Surf Life Saving Australia Ocean Thunder. This is the first round for the season, and we got women's and men's action. Plenty to come straight after this.
Earlier today, there were touching scenes as the Ocean Thunder community paid tribute and laid a wreath for Steve Riley, or more well known as the Beaver. He was a major supporter of the Ocean Thunder series, and he passed away earlier this year, and he'll be missed by many family and friends. Now we move forward to the women's semi, which is about to start in the Surf Life Saving Australia Ocean Thunder Surfboat Series. It's 22 degrees here on the beach. The wind has picked up to 25 k's to the southeast. Your swell, you're looking at 1 to 1.5, and it's coming in from the south.
Yeah, fitting tribute. I don't know whether there's been any bigger supporter of the Ocean Thunder series than Steve Riley. Rest in peace, Beaver. And racing goes on. Women's semi-finals. 2 races, 4 crews in each. The top 3 in each race will go through to the final later today.
And we've got a bit of surf now, Voss. You just saw Palm Beach, the favoured crew, they got hit on the nose, but they've recovered well.
And if you like State of Origin in Rugby League, New South Wales and Queensland, you've got the perfect rivalry here. 2 Queensland boats, 2 New South Wales boats slugging it out in a semi-final.
Now let's get into the front, as normal. Let's get those hands flighty. Get them clear and get into that front end.
Yeah, he's giving some nice, clear instructions there, isn't he, Vossi? Just telling the girls exactly what he wants under these conditions.
Well, we make the point, if you haven't watched a lot of surfboat racing, the sweep is the eyes of the crew going out.
Nothing else.
They don't see what's over their shoulder.
You're on board here with Grant Cooper from Mooloolaba. This would be Grant's first experience of Ocean Thunder, and look, they're travelling pretty well. They've got DY covered at the moment.
So you've got Queensland Alley 1, New South Wales 2, Queensland Alley 3, New South Wales Alley 4. You reckon it couldn't be any scripted any better than that?
3 and go now, shorty.
Vossi, speed into the buoy makes a big difference on how fast you turn. You can see they didn't have a lot of speed in Mooloolaba there, always were out of the water. That's something they can work on for the next event.
And the effort here of Palm Beach, well, they were knocked off in the quarterfinals.
Swells coming. There is some meaty swells coming.
They're back in the semi. They're getting excited on DY. Sean Stacey.
Chip this one.
Well, this is his local beach. He should know what's going to happen. He's got this southern alley. Look, he's just got way too much to make up, but let's hope they get a run.
So it's a one-boat race, really. Palm Beach do it easy in the first semi-final and can rest up ready for the final. Second will be Talabudgera. Mooloolaba will get third, and yeah, too much to make up for DY. It'll be tough for them, but they will have to sit on the beach and watch the final. So 2 Queensland boats through to the final in the Ocean Thunder Women's. And our second semi-final features Lawn Edge Lawn, the Beach Club Collaroy boat, the Airflock boat from Bateman's Bay, and the Community First Credit Union Queenscliff crew.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, done right now, 7.
Collaroy chopping it out there nicely. They shorten their length of their stroke right down to get across that shallow water. Some quick rating, and yeah, that puts them in a good position for this race.
Good, let's go, Soph. Keep it on. We're going to go a little one here, over. Keep it on. Keep on that connection.
The hard work of the row. I think the women now have done almost 5 kilometres so far today in racing, Steve. Those boats still in contention.
Yeah, look, it's a lot, isn't it? I mean, for some people that know about Stillwater, you're talking about a 2,000 metre race. These girls have already done 5,000 and they've still got a double leg final to go.
And we need to stress, it's more rowing than you do even at the national title, what we put them through in one day in Ocean Thunder.
Oh, absolutely, and that's spread up over a couple of days. So, you know, you're doing 10, 12 races for the girls. It's an enormous program.
Little caught on the turning buoy there, Collaroy. You're really all or nothing now when you get down to the semi-finals. Major points up for grabs. Put yourself in a position, set yourself up for the rest of the series. And right now it is Queenscliff who are out the back in alley number 4. They look like the crew that's going to miss out.
Yeah, it looked like before, Vossi, that those northern crews had a bit of a disadvantage, and the southern crews are running home faster. That's conditions in surf boats. Looks like it's all changed.
Ready and kick again. Now, we're on this.
Damien Daly not giving up, and nor should he. Look at them. They're coming up almost alongside the third place boat, Collaroy and Bateman's Bay.
There's a little sneaker. Get this now. Get this bubble. Get the bubble.
It can be so hard at this stage of the race. It's dead water and the girls just can't get to the line fast enough.
Just that little runner is enough to get you that impetus, to get you to the flag. It's a short run up the beach. And Queenscliff, they tried hard, just couldn't do enough. Let's go back to the beach now with Renee.
Well, fresh from Aussies, if you could actually say anyone comes fresh from Aussies though. DY crew, different swell here today.
A lot different, yeah. It's a lot smaller than we had up there at Broadbeach, but we're going all right. Some of the crews like it. It's not our preferred, but we're here.
Has it made you change gears at all at any stage, having won that Aussie Championship?
Oh, no, not at all. No, we still work to our strengths and know what we prefer and how we haven't changed anything.
Same crew that you've had probably for about the last 3 seasons. That seems to be working so well. If it's not broke, don't fix it.
No, exactly. Don't fix it if it's not broken. Same for the 3rd year in a row now. So it means our pre-season stuff's not as intricate.
Yep. They were whinging. They said you've been riding them all season.
Yeah, well, they've actually been riding me a little bit. I've been a little bit slack to get motivated. But...
All right, well, tactics out there today?
Well, earlier there wasn't many. Now the wind started to shift around and a little puff from the southeast, so I'm expecting the little ripples to liven up a bit, maybe get a bit bigger in the Arvo, hopefully.
Well, all fingers crossed, best of luck, and it's great to see you guys back here.
Thanks, Renee. Appreciate it.
Super relaxed Sean Stacey. The sweep when they're interviewed looked like they got 4 minders around him. That's his crew as we look at the first men's semi-final, and you can see DY alongside Bulli, Caves Beach and Collaroy. DY out of alley number 3, so it is Collaroy right of camera. And on board with Bulli, Shane Gillove in the sweep.
Let's go, get it together.
Now, Bulli, great starting crew, but look at Caves out on the left-hand side. They've got a match, so look, they're a great crew.
It's been a great debut already, regardless of whether they make the final. Caves Beach have stamped their arrival in Ocean Thunder.
Right, let's have a good piece into the tins, boys, because we'll smoke home.
Maybe not quite as relaxed now, Sean Stacey.
On your next. Here we go.
He's in his office right now. Look at this shot. The drones we've got here over DY Beach now highlight just how close this first semi-final is. First three will make it through to the decider.
And this is a really tight race, but you can see Bulli, they're just dominant at the moment. Looks like Coleroy around second, and look, Kay's right there with them. DY, current Australian champions, all to do. One crew gets knocked out here, Vossi.
We're running here, we're on here, Nugget. We're on here, mate, let's go.
Sean Stacey still some confidence, but they are in fourth position. So we might lose the national champions in the first men's semi-final. This is how elite competition is in the Ocean Thunder.
Well, I think also early season, and maybe DY hasn't, they're resting on their laurels from the Aussies. Maybe they haven't done the work they needed to.
Not much there.
Not much there is right. You know what that means? You've got to work all the way into the beach. Bulli right alongside of Coleroy here, and it's a very short run. In fact, it's literally just 5 or 6 strides to get to the flag. So it's not going to be a run that decides anything today. It is all row from the moment you hop in the boat all the way back in. They've rowed themselves up the flag, and yes, 5 or 6 steps, and they are into the final. And we have lost the national champions. DY knocked out in the first semi. We will be seeing Coleroy, we will be seeing Caves Beach and Bulli all in the final. So the second semi for the men's is Mona Vale, Corrimal, Newport, and the Trade Pools boat from North Cronulla. And we have the helmet cams on Peter Scott on board Corrimal and Mitch Foran on board Newport.
And Mitch Foran's crew, Newport, they really depend on a fast start. How do they go this time? Not quite as good as other races.
And given that we had a double race in one of the heats today, this is their 9th lap for the day. Fatigue has to be a factor. And recovery between races so important.
And Corrimal, look, they're bringing up the rear of the field. They look very cool on the boat, but this is the time to work a bit harder, I think.
So out to the boys for the semi-final, second semi-final, last 3 places up for grabs. What a great shot this is. It is Mona Vale that are turning right. 1 and 4, North Cronulla first and second. How good are the turns here?
That's a fantastic shot, isn't it, from the drone? But look, they're all very tight. Could be anyone's race. One to miss out.
Go, boys, now.
It is Mona Vale and North Cronulla, the 2 boats widest apart at the moment. In the top 2 positions, I can't dismiss anyone at this point.
It's just going to depend on which crew runs the swells the best. Vossi, that's there, but have they got the energy to catch them?
Corrimal got a little burst. Now it's Newport's turn. They move up alongside. Still Mona Vale in front. The dial before you dig. Financial Decisions boat. Newport in the centre. They're in 4th position at the moment. But still a lot can happen between now and the beach.
And here comes Corrimal. They were last going out, but look, they've rowed themselves back in a second. Great run home.
They're within shot of first. They just don't want to finish 4th.
Run it, come on.
Runners is all they are. It's a small swell here as they get to the shore break. Mona Vale have rowed well to get first position, but second and third, it is North Cronulla and Corrimal across there. And we say goodbye to Newport in the second of the men's semi-finals. So we've only got the finals to go. 6 boat shootout in both the men's and the women's. You stay tuned. All coming up at DY in just a moment. The Surf Life Saving Australia Ocean Thunder. This This is the Surf Life Saving Australia Ocean Thunder Round 1. Now, thanks to Coates Hire, they provide the cherry picker here that give us these sweeping shots across DY. We are ready for the two finals. First up, it is the women's. It is Mooloolaba, Batemans Bay, Collaroy, Palm Beach, Talabudgera and Lorne, and they are in starters' hands. And Steve, I want our viewers to focus on Palm Beach and the legs.
Go!
Is it their advantage? They are a wonderful crew.
Well, what they're doing is they're firing up the reflex. You can see they're dancing so that, you know, whenever that gun goes, they're quickest into the boat.
They are such a strong crew, and their results stand the test of that. Race in, race out, and they've made a flying start here. In fact, the boats down the southern end have really made a great start. That's on the left of screen as you look right now. They are 1, 2 and 3.
Yeah, what I wanted to mention here for the viewers, Vossi, is that depending on where you finish in the point score, you get to choose your alley. So if you finish top of the point score, you get first pick of the alley. So they can't complain which alley they get. All dependent on how they finished on the day.
Ourselves proud. 4, 5, long strokes. 6. Bad bit of water here.
And what you can see here, the rating's down a little bit. This is a double leg race. They can't just degas themselves on the first leg. They won't complete the second. So it's economy of their energy.
Bring it around, Ellie. And boy.
And here you bring in the turning of the boat around as well between lap 1 and lap 2. There are other elements at play. Again, I stress, not at the Nationals will you find a double lap race. It is only in Ocean Thunder, and that's at the end of this grueling day as well.
Yeah, and you can see there, look, that's how good Palm Beach are. They absolutely hugged their buoy, whereas Lorne drifted probably 2-3 metres further out to sea. That's distance you've got to make up in the row.
That's it. Keep working. Work it again now.
Talabudgera, one of the two Queensland crews here in the final. We've got the Victorian crew from Lorne as well.
Dig it out. Big hearts. 1. Send it. 2, 3.
Just in the voice of Neil Ennis, you heard the difference between smooth and control rowing out, then pick up, looking for a run, try and get some advantage on the first row in.
Now here comes a turnaround. It's vital in a double leg race. Those crews that perhaps, you know, their boat might be out of the water on the sand are going to be disadvantaged. You can see Palm Beach again. Look at them. They've kept their boat afloat. The crew's back in and away they go.
And often it is the stroke who does the run between laps, which is a little bit away from the norm in surfboat rowing, but because you turn the boat around, that's the shortest distance back into the boat.
That's exactly right, yeah, shortest distance back from the flag, and so the stroke normally does the run.
So Palm Beach putting on a bit of a masterclass here in the first final of the Ocean Thunder for this year.
Crews out here, I want a really sharp boat. See if we can hunt one down. That's it, there. In, set, in.
Collaroy sitting in 4th position at the moment. Great to have Surf Life Saving Australia right behind the Ocean Thunder here. This iconic Australian sport on show today.
Inside arm away again. Hold the knees down. Rock from the hip.
And isn't it fantastic, Vossi? We've got 3 states here. We've got Queensland, we've got Victoria, and we've got New South Wales out in front at the moment. But as we stand, it could be all 3 states on the podium.
Absolutely. Peter Spence, can someone check the Palm Beach boat for an outboard motor? Have a look at the gap they've opened up round the turning buoy for the last time today. I think there's a bit of relief about that as well for them.
Yeah, I think they've done 6Ks plus today already. Palm Beach have just got the confidence they can be relaxed. They've done it so many times. They've won the last 2 or 3 Ocean Thunders. The other crews have just got to, I think they've got to rely on a little bit of luck to try and beat them because they're just too good at the moment.
It is Palm Beach first, quite a gap back to second. Jeff Matthews sweeping the Lorne boat. There they are. They are second at the moment in this first final. Talabudgera are back in 3rd position.
Here's our wave to win it. Here's our wave to win it.
That's a nice sound for the crew when they have the confidence of Peter Spence. This is your wave to win it, and win it is what they're going to do. There's very little run up the beach. They can almost row past and touch the flag, which would be a unique touch. Great win for Palm Beach. Terrific row, terrific day's racing from Lorne. They are going to claim second in the women's final. That's been an outstanding achievement. And yes, it will be 3 states represented on the podium because Tallebudgera claim third position. Outstanding win by Palm Beach. The bottom 3 in the final, Collaroy, Batemans Bay and Mooloolaba.
Girls from Palm Beach, I feel like it's just a constant conversation with you guys every series. How good was that?
Yeah, it was pretty good. It was pretty tough out there today. It looks pretty flat, but the wind was insane. And yeah, first carnival back after a good off-season off, so it's good to get the win.
Good to get this team back together again. And when you say there was a lot of wind out there, there's a lot of rowing involved when that happens too, isn't it?
Oh yeah, when you come back into the headwind, it feels like you're pushing a sled, really. So, no, but it's good.
It's something we found that you're good at, right?
How many times your body weight?
All right, let's talk about it later. Well, congratulations, girls. It's only round 1. We've still got 3 more to go. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Decisive win, that one. Now let's go to the final race of the day, the men's decider. Caves Beach, Collaroy, Mona Vale, Corrimal, Bulli and North Cronulla represented here. Again, a double lap final. Will the southern end of the beach prove an advantage? Lanes 4, 5 and 6.
Well, I think it must, Vossi, because the top point scorers in the women pick lane 4, and here you've got Shane Genova, and here he's picked alley 5, so they believe the southern end has got an advantage.
And the maroon and gold at Bulli out in front already.
Good. Stay on. Good boys. Yes. Good water. Beautiful.
All right, Alengahu happy early on. He's up the northern end in alley number 2 with Collaroy.
And here's Corrimal with Peter Scott. They are a crew who's been together now for a number of years, and they know Ocean Thunder. They'll handle this double leg race no problem.
And they've got themselves alongside in the alleys alongside Bulli, get a good shot of them, but at the moment they are chasing, and it is Bulli clearly around and rowing back towards the beach for the second last time today.
And of course, boy turns crucial, Vossi. You've got to do 2 in this Ocean Thunder event. And again, you could see Bulli very sharp, and I'd have to say Con seemed a little slow to me.
Well, you know they've done a lot of racing when you've got to take your shoes and socks off to count how many laps they've done today. This is lap 11 that they will have done by the time they complete the final.
Yeah, that onboard shot of Bulli, you can just see the power of the crew, you know, the quickness of the finish of the stroke. That just tells you how fast they're accelerating the boat each stroke. Masterclass boat crew.
And picked up the run there, as you can see, just off the back, North Cronulla.
This up. Ready? Go. Hard. Hard. You've got to catch it. Go.
Yeah, desperate times for Mona Vale there. They're just a little off the pace, and you can hear Matty Collins screaming for a little bit more effort.
He laid it on the line for them. Now the turning around of the boats here. It may look like some of them actually slewing, but it's not such a bad tactic. You're not going to get rolled here in these conditions. Get that boat turned around, ready to go again.
Yeah, that's right. They get the boat halfway round, and then while the bowman's running, they just spin it the other 90 degrees, and off they go.
Well, really, we've reached a point of the race where it is Bulli's to lose now. You can see the gap, the water, the clean water between them and second. It's a command performance by them in round 1 here. Maybe not their best day all the way through heats and qualifying, but their best is on show in the final.
Yeah, and I'd just like to mention Caves here. First time in the event, I think they're holding about 4th position at the moment, but they're rowing beautifully, and you know, with a bit of experience, I think we can see that they're going to go well throughout this series this year.
Well, hypothetically, if you took Bulli out of the race, this is a hell of a final.
The rest are pretty close. Bulli love the flat water, you know. If there's no surf, they're going to be hard to beat, just like Palm Beach. But they both handle the waves, but I think they both prefer it to be flat because they know they've got a dominance.
Last turn here for Corrimal for the day. You saw from that previous shot how quick Bulli are around the turn up to top rating.
Yeah, that was a better turn from Corrimal there. You could see the sweep again was holding the strokes oar. They stopped that side of the boat, spun around, and off they went on the first run.
Well, Shane Jalovan looks cool and he's got reason to be. Have a look at the margin here. First to second. You want to put your name up in lights in the first round of the season and say quite boldly, catch us if you can.
Yeah, I don't think we're going to see this Bowman set a world record for the 100 metres going to the flag, Rossi.
They could all go up arm in arm, but there you have it. A day's work complete for Bulli. Second and third to come. It will be Corrimal getting second ahead of North Cronulla. But they've certainly all got to go away and think, how are we going to beat Bulli on today's effort? Bulli first, Corrimal second, North Cronulla third. Renea's with the winners.
The boys from Bulli, it's just on and on. It's a broken record. Yourself, the Palm Beach girls, it's non-stop.
Yeah, that was a tough one. Not much assistance out there, pretty bumpy. So, good result. We're stoked.
Do you guys have a good off-season? The first time we've seen you back in a while?
Yeah, we have had a good season. Boys played rugby, and now we're back into it. We're doing some long stuff at the moment, so that's a pretty special win for us. Doing it, winning the short stuff.
Well, you say you're doing the long stuff. That just means you're getting plenty of Ks on those arms and legs. That surely helped you out there today. There was a lot of power needed.
Yeah, that's right. So we are training for the George Bass at the end of the year. So it's a bit different to sprint racing, but that's why I'm so stoked for the boys.
All right, well, we're happy to see you back here as well too. Congratulations on another great win, boys.
Cheers. Thanks a lot.
Celebration time for our winners in both the men's and the women's. In the women's, they compete for the Don McManus Trophy. So Palm Beach, Lawn, Talabudra. That is one of the stories of the day, to have the three states represented on the podium. Women's racing, fair bit to be decided over the 4 rounds this year, but Palm Beach the crew to beat. Steve?
Yeah, way too good today. But let's see what happens with the surf conditions in round 2.
13 crews in the women's and the men's. The best of the 24 crews on show today. And Bulli, who had that fair deal of heartache to deal with after the final last year, they've put themselves out on top ahead of Corrimal and North Cronulla. Caves Beach are one of the stories out of the men's. Could not have asked for a much better performance on debut.
Look, I think they'll be driving up the highway pretty happy, Rossi. They know they're in this event now. They didn't know before they turned up, but they've put in an outstanding performance today.
So round 1 of 4 has been completed. Hope you've enjoyed the action. The Surf Life Saving Australia Ocean Thunder. On behalf of Steve Scott, Renee Gardner, I'm Andrew Voss. We'll see you next time.